So here's our second example of quadratic application word problems. The problem here, the height and feet of a baseball t seconds after being hit is given by the equation h of t equals negative 8t squared plus 8t plus 4. In the previous example, the graph of the u, the upside down u, was given to you, but we're going to need to click on this link here, or if you have a graphing calculator, you can go grab that, so we can put in the equation to be able to find visually what the answers are for this problem. So as we go and use that link, I've already pre-typed in the equation, negative 8x squared plus 8x plus 4. You can tell again that we have an upside down u, and these different dots here are going to help us with the information that we need to solve the problem. So in the first question, how high off the ground did the object start? We're looking for the y-intercept. That means that baseball started right here. It was 4 feet off the ground. That's the y-intercept, where the upper part of the upside down U is going to cross the y-axis. So our first answer is going to be 4 feet. That's how high off the ground it started. The highest point of the baseball as it was thrown, you can tell that that happens to be here. The baseball is starting up, and then the rest of the way it is coming down back to the ground, which is what the x-axis is here. So the height of that is 6. The 0.5 is telling you that 0.5 seconds is when it reaches its maximum height at 6 feet. So the highest point here is going to be 6 feet. How high is the object at 1 second? Well, down here is time going up and down. On the y is the feet. 1 second would be located here. So actually, if we drew a line here, we could tell, based on the information, at 1 second, that is going to be at 4. So that's one way you can figure out that this answer here is going to be 4 feet after 1 second. The other way we can figure that out is if we go back in here and after 1 second, if we go back in, we put ones in for the x's. So we put a 1 in there, put a 1 in over here, and we get our squared back again. And then we find out that in the lower left-hand corner, it's equal to 4. So that's another way we can determine that. The last question is how many seconds does it take for the object to hit the ground? So we're going to go back to the original problem that we had. I'm now getting out the ones. I'm replacing them, substituting the x back in. Here we go. The spot, so the baseball again is starting here. It is going to be going all the way down. And here is when it finally reaches the ground. This 0 and the ordered pair is telling us that 0, we're back down to 0 feet. And it's going to occur after 1.366 seconds. Now, typically we don't count in tens, hundreds, thousands of a second, so we can round this up. So we could say it's about 1.4 seconds. So how many seconds is it going to take? It's going to take about 1.4 seconds.